LPT. Invest in yourself while you are young by getting certificates, licenses, and/or skills training. Instead of buying material things, a marketable skill set will always be in style. I know this is supposed to be catchy and that's why it's so short, but following that advice strictly for a long period of time can make you end up very, very unhappy. If you don't add your actual personality, your interests, your boundaries, your passions and your soul to the mix, you might have a successful career and a lot of money, but one day realize that you have no clue who you are and what you really want. If having more money and a better career is your main concern, you will always be chasing something and never be in a state of contentment. I'd say a good mix of fun, marketable stuff and following your own interests and inner guide is the best advice for most people. The middle road. 100% agree. Going through that right now. Me too. Really hard to turn that habitual way of thinking off. Work to live. Don't live to work. But live to work for a few years and you can sooner quit living to work. Why would I wait till retirement to do things I enjoy? Because you subscribe to r/personal finance. Yay, but you can't snowboard or do young PPL things. That might be dangerous. As senior you might break a hip or some shit. All work no play makes Jack a dull boy. No TV and no beer make Homer something something. Go crazy? Don't mind if I do. Devil's advocate. Depends on what skill set and your knowledge. I got into it before the dot-com bubble burst. Far from an expert in anything. Last cert I had was a mix for Windows 2000, server. No college degree. I've lost count of people that were presented for a job that had the acronym soup following their names that couldn't even hold an entry-level conversation on said acronyms. You may be able to go out and memorize shit for a test, but if you can't put what you learned into a practical scenario, it's no good for you or for the team/company. Having experience is more important than have certificates. The best way to get experience is to have experience. Wait. No, the best way to get experience is to work for a giant company who can afford throw away junior employees for a year or to then go off somewhere you actually want to work when you have real experience. LPT. Never stop investing in yourself regardless of age. Came here to say this. The real LPT. You're never too old to chase something you're interested in. And never too old to make a switch if you're unhappy. This. Adding investing in yourself in areas of interest. You may have a job to pay the bills, but licenses, certificates, and just overall knowledge can help get you on a path you want. Adding skills in a path you hate will dig a deeper hole. Pork no los dos. Because spending any amount of time or energy doing anything other than maximizing your employer's profits is un-American. That's why. Isn't that more of a Japanese thing? No, it's a completely different work culture. In Japan it's about conformity and showing loyalty to your company. The company becomes the focus of your life, but people don't go home and try to learn new skills to make their bosses more money. That's very much an American thing. Become an entrepreneur. Work 80 hours a week so you don't have to work a 40-hour work week. LMAO, what a fucking shit show of comments. This is so fucking depressing. Don't do this and enjoy yourself. There's no time limit on this. This post implies do it young or you can't at all, which is false. Do not chase the education industry. They feed on people who chase after a carrot. If you have more letters after your name than in it, you look like a moron. Pretty sad for people with short names. 3-letter name with a bachelor's. If I get a master's, I guess I'm screwed. If your first and last name combined is 3 letters, that's just the cards you were dealt. NGA. Wow. This is some of the most vague and unhelpful advice I've ever read. Congrats. Disagree wholeheartedly. Keep working hard, but still enjoy life. A lot of people that think like this get to their 40s and realized half their life is gone. Bad LPT. Yeah, really. Congrats, you spent all of college and 4 years after grinding away and not enjoying life. Now you're 25 and have alphabet soup after your name and can do whatever, but all your friends have stopped talking to you and started families, and the only interests you have are in work related topics. That sounds so fucking boring, and say, I guess you can cry yourself to sleep alone in a Lambo though, so that's pretty dope. True. Plus, it's definitely important to enjoy your job. If you don't, the big payroll won't be enough. Slightly disagree, it's important to be able to tolerate your job. It comes down to personal preference of course, but a job you love for 50k vs a job you can tolerate for 100k offer very different incentives based on what you want out of life. I cannot stress the truth of this enough. A handful of Kamsha certs and Mixer took me from $10/HR to $50k/year. PMP took me from $50k/E to over 100k/year. Total spent $4,000,000. Roy, about 800k, $1 million at this point, and it'd say $75k plus/YR for my working career. Hello, hi, my name is Chobi. Can you help me find the Scooby-Doo subreddit? Thanks be to you. r/Scooby-Doo. LPT, get good at Fortnite and make more money in a week than any job will get you. You just have to point at enemies' heads and click the left mouse button right. I really can't understand why everybody isn't doing this one easy quick trick. Can anyone give an example of an applicable certificate or license? I'm looking to improve myself. Sure. I'll tell you the one that worked in my life, a CDL. Commercial driver's license. I was 22 with no real plan for the future. On a lark, I decided to go to truck driving school and was placed with CRST. Did my year of slave labor for them and was free and clear. That license and the jobs it has gotten me has literally put millions of dollars in my bank account and has now allowed me to slow down and not work so hard. How much does it cost to get a CDL? I'm a 22-year-old college dropout who ruined his credit and get really depressed about my future. If it makes you feel any better, I dropped out and am 25 and still don't know WTF I'm doing. Just make sure you're good at something that can't be done by some random person after a few hours. Invest in yourself while you are young by starting a family and aiming for self-sustainability instead of buying material things or getting specialized into serving the economy. Yikes. LPT, be responsible when you're young. This sub has gone to shit. IDK man. A lot of us were taught all through high school it's a bachelor's and master's degree you need to be successful. It wasn't until my 4th year of university that I realized I could continue getting valuable education without just doing another undergrad or a master's. I kinda wish I was told this in high school, instead of constantly being told university is the best/only option if I really want to succeed. Nothing wrong with some information in this thread being geared to people younger than us. I never bothered. Many in my industry do. They seek out Microsoft certifications and shit. I just let my record speak for itself. I'm a bit weary of people who are all training and no experience. Investing in yourself can be anything, whether it be school or getting an entry-level job for experience, or any number of things. Just because you didn't go the route of studying textbooks and getting certs doesn't mean you didn't work on your skills. You just went about it a different way. Some things like programming need experience and not certificates. Never do a programming course to become certified. You can do it to learn it, of course. A certification doesn't show if someone is good or not. A marketable skill set may attract some attention, but the old "it's not what you know, but who you know" that's is critical. There is a lot of talk within the skilled world, and while it isn't the old boy network you scratch my back I'll scratch yours, people have connections and do talk to each other and ask for recommendations, and it boils down to good guy, I'd employ him again, or nah, wouldn't have him back, or her, or them, close bracket. Op throwing a tantrum every time someone's lived experience doesn't match the market. Your self-advice. Really investing in your sense of ego. Good job. way to expand your knowledge by listening to other people's experiences. I'm sure you'll profit off someone else's work rather than be profited off. After all, most people just don't learn. That's been the problem all along. We didn't get good education, and I can't stop buying shiny things. In case you can't tell, my eyes were rolling. Literally the most naive thing I've read all day. I'm here for those anti-capitalists laughing and crying at this shit. I don't think it's unreasonable advice to say, defer materialistic gratification and invest in improving yourself. Though many people face huge systemic institutional barriers to their progression, those require societal change to improve. And in the interim, they should be able to improve themselves to put them in the best position possible. They may not be investing in it knowledge for a job. It could just be reading, so you have a broader perspective. I'd add that being willing to take risks also helps. Ask for the raise. Apply for the better job. Be willing to move to another city or state for better opportunities. Don't get comfortable with the routine or settle for an okay job. Don't get pregnant or married before 25. Invest in you first and get your life on a high level before making commitments that can lock you down with your potential unexplored. Ignore those who denigrate these efforts. Those folks will be poorer and living a shit life at 50 precisely because they didn't do what you are suggesting. And they'll be blaming capitalism for their lack of results. But capitalism is a problem. No one should have to give up the best years of their youth just to keep a roof above their head and get a decent job. Billionaire fuckwit assholes designed a word where that's the requirement. It does not have to be that way. Just because I'd rather have time to enjoy myself than waste my youth in the possibility I might have a good life at 50. Sounds like a sour bill of goods people are constantly being sold, only to get to that age and either have it not work out or just get destroyed. You aren't going to be in your deathbed wishing you'd worked more. I don't want to make someone else rich while I scrape by trying to pay for a college degree a class at a time, so I don't have to go into life crippling debt for a price of paper that winds up being a wall decoration for so many people. There are not enough good paying jobs out there for everyone willing to work them, and most of us are tired of trying to compete with people who get handed everything in a platter. But capitalism is a problem. I'm guessing the irony of your statement evades you. I wish I could find decent certificates to get myself. I feel a lot of certificates online are for those who work in tech. I work in law enforcement, so there's not a lot of courses I can take that will help make me overly marketable. Are you kidding me? If you just want to be a shit-kicker cop, then that's where you will stay. But there are so many useful certs for your industry to broaden your skill set. Criminal Justice Associate's degree / legal first responder / MTSARC and rescue / rope skills tech is a terrible place for certs because they are easy to obtain online, but the knowledge changes so fast. Real world is where the certs are really important. Also try to actually invest. ETFs. Slow and steady. Where to start? I think a more appropriate LPT would be to not pass up on any free skills / certificate / education that become available to you. You will have times in life where you can get certified or learn about something without having to personally pay out of pocket. Those are the opportunities you should seize now. Everyone's talking about its certificates, which I agree are mostly useless. I'm a hiring manager and I ignore them. I'd much rather know what you've actually done in real life. But for people in industries like environmental science, a HAZWOPA certificate and similar OSHA required certs can help get that first job, as it means the company doesn't have to pay for it. If your college offers it in your degree plan, take it. Hi, 40 something here in the prime of my career with a humble opinion. While you should save your money and start investing young, you shouldn't spend a whole lot of time and energy on school and/or certificates. That's worse than buying material things, because then you just have crushing debt and nothing to show for it. Pick something, anything, and get a degree / certificate in it the cheapest way you can with an accredited school. Then bust your ass doing it for a couple years. If you want a change or want to advance, then go back to school. I'm currently working on my MBA and scratching my head when I see the fresh college grads in my class. They are going to graduate with an MBA and zero real life work experience. Those letters may do something for them someday, but at that point it's just a piece of paper they earned a long time ago. Another free LPT good way to kill your career is with the attitude that you deserve more because you have certain certifications and or degrees. You need to use those degrees to actually bring value to the organization. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.